my dahlias have just arrived in the post, and so I can plant them up. And it's very, very easy to do. Once you've seen it once, you'll never need to worry about it. So I've got a 3-litre pot, and I find particularly with the bigger dahlia tubers you really need a decent sized pot. And I've got here a non-peat based multi-purpose potting compost. And then here you can see what I mean about needing a big pot, because you've got this wayward tuber coming right off like this. I always think they remind me of a bunch of salamis or sausages hanging in a butcher or a delicatessen, and they're sort of always very sort of mad looking things. Anyway, all that needs to happen is that the tubers just need to get in contact with moisture, because in spring they want to start to grow. So you just tuck them in to a pot, and that wayward tuber's not doing me any favours, but it doesn't matter if the central stem is a bit off to one side. And then all you do is literally cover so that the stump is just about at soil level, which is exactly where it would have been grown in the propagating field. And so you don't bury them deeply. I think that's one of the mistakes that people tend to think they need to do. You don't need to do that. And then just shove a label on the side. And that's important, particularly if you're planting out lots of different varieties. You may want to date when you planted it, but you don't really need to. So I can then just pop that onto the bed with the capillary matting and the horticulture electric blanket. Just give it a water and leave it for about, normally starts into growth depending on the year. I mean, it's April now, so real growth is really on now, and so I would expect to see that shooting in 2 to 3 weeks. But if I planted them in March, it could be 6 or 7 weeks before I saw any shoots. Obviously, if you don't have a polytunnel like this, then a greenhouse is perfect, particularly if you've got a little bit of basal heat anywhere, but it's not essential. Or a window ledge, you know, in your kitchen. Just keep the pots moist, not dripping wet at all. Often it's a good idea to have them sitting on a tray of grit so they can absorb water when they want to. That acts just like capillary matting. So a bit of light, a little bit of warmth, but even a cold shed is fine as long as you've got some top light, perhaps in a potting shed or anything. And just keep them frost free, that's the only thing.